it's Arga back on the Altenew YouTube channel, and today we're going to be playing with the Lilac Layering die set. So this is one of the Craft-A-Flower set, and it is very, very smart. So there's some of these that are layered up. There's 3 of them actually out of 12 different flowers. There's also a branch. They all have numbers. It is kind of foolproof, but we're going to go through all of this anyway, and then I'm going to show you a few tips and tricks on adding a bit of an untraditional color scheme to this lilac flowers. So we are, although there will be a little bit of like purpley in that, there is not going to be a traditional lilac flower at the end of this, no. And I will also show you another card that I made during a live that I took part with Lydia, and we used some die cut sets and we had a bunch of fun, but I'll show you that right at the end, so don't worry. I am going to start with just the flower pieces here, and you will notice that I haven't cut out or taken out the little middle bits, like the little, they kind of, not triangular, they're rectangular and a little bit square. So we're not going to do those pieces. I have another plan, so don't worry. First, we are going to try to fit as many of these onto an A2 piece of cardstock. And I only used this A2 piece of cardstock because I already had one die cut or like cut out. So I thought, you know what, let's just use that one. But it was easier, and I did this many, many times. Now here is what I meant about the numbers. So pay attention to the numbers. And we are going to put all of these flower pieces in a row from 1 to 12. Yes, we are. What I meant to say was that it is easier to cut everything from half of an A4 piece of cardstock because it's just easier to fit everything in, and then also maybe do like the big flowers first and then do like the little pieces with like the spaces that are left. But now I had a really, really fun idea, right? So here, these are the pieces that number 1, this is what it looks like layered up. I will show you how basically to do it. Now, if you want to have more of like 2 different colors on your die cut pieces, or if you want really, really seamless blending, I would suggest that you ink blend first and then glue them together. And it can actually even be easier with, especially that number 1, if you do the ink blending first and then die cut and then glue. So yes, so we're going to do number 9 here. So there's only number 1, number 9, and number 12 that actually have like those extra little pieces. So it's really, really not that fiddly at all. Well, with number 9, there's just 1 little piece added, and with number 12, there is 2 little pieces. So you can kind of see here. And we're going to do those as well. And that is all the gluing of the extra pieces done. And then it's just a bunch of other flowers that we're going to layer up and make into a spectacular little lilac branch. So this is not like a whole, if you kind of look at lilacs, they're sort of triangular. So this is almost like a zoom in picture or part of the lilac branch. It's kind of like if you snap a little tiny branch out of the big bunch, if that makes sense. So if you wanted to cover an entire card base with these, that could actually be really, really fun. It could be a really great look. But now, so here, we're going to cut this out, because you look here on the die cut, it's got all of these numbers that obviously corresponds with the numbers of the flowers. So we are going to use those as a guide, and we're going to create a rainbow from top to bottom. Yes, we are. Now, the reason we I said we're going to use this as a guide is because obviously the flowers, they don't go from the kind of like 1 to 12 from top to bottom. So we are going to use our stamp wheel, and we're going to take the grippy mat out. So this is the ultra sticky grippy mat with the grids, right? So we're going to take a card base, and we're going to pop that in. And because white on white doesn't show very well, I have actually cut one out of black cardstock as well. So we're going to use this as a guide. We're going to pop that in the middle, and then we're going to put our sticky mat back. And then now we can kind of see, like, you know, where the branch is going to be on the card base. But also we are now going to use the white piece of cardstock or the covering on, you know, the packaging, because on the back there's like a guide. So we're going to place all of our pieces in the order that they are going to go onto our bronze here. So that way we're just going to ink blend across the whole thing, and our pieces are going to be colored in the right kind of order and direction, if that makes sense. I know I'm asking if a lot of this is making sense, but I'm hoping that you're watching this and you're like, yeah, girl, that makes sense. Yeah, I see it now. Because sometimes, you know, when you're explaining something, and because I'm seeing it in my head, and I did it, you know, when I was crafting as well, you know, while I made this card, I'm like, yeah, this makes sense. But then as I was typing out the blog post, I was thinking, oh, I don't know if this really makes much sense, even though I had like pictures of this as well. So I'm hoping that anyone who is reading the blog post has come here, anyone who's sort of found themselves being a little bit mystified what I meant. And all of a sudden they're looking at this and they're thinking, yeah, girl, I get it now. This is genius. Best hack I've seen in a long time. High five, girl. High five. There we go. A high five has been done. So this is what I'm hoping anyway. Now, we are going to be going, obviously, in a bit of a rainbow color here. And I did forget to film the part where I did the leaves. Really sorry about that. You will see that in the replay of the live that I did with Lydia, if you really want to see how I do that. But from top to bottom, we have done Citrus Burst, Orange Cream, Blush Rose, Wisteria, Eastern Sky, and now finally a little bit of Pool. So our green pop is going to come from the leaves. So we are going to get all of the colors in there, really, you know. But so this is it. Pretty smart, huh? Yeah, I'm feeling it. I really am. Now I did actually do the bit where I said I'm gonna ink blend the pieces separately and then glue them on, because I really wanted them to kind of have all of the colors on there. I didn't want to have like any white gaps or anything like that. So I have done all of the pieces separate, and then I've added them together. So although number one is not quite done yet, but we'll get there. And then it is a super simple job of just puzzling these pieces together. So you take the flower with number one, you stick that onto the spot that says number one. And you take flower number 5 and you find the space where that says 5 on your branch, and you plop a bit of glue down, and you're good to go. Now, if you want a little bit of height here, of course you can add a little bit of foam tape. You know, that would be a nice little detail, I think. If you want just, you know, like I'm doing here, just doing the flowers as they are, like a one layer kind of thing, go for that. That will look very pretty as well. It will obviously be a lot easier to mail as well. But this is our rainbow lilac flower done. And as you can see, the colors are kind of blending down really nicely because of the little trick with the stamp wheel and the gripping mat. Now, as you can see here, I did forget to show you how to ink blend the leaves. Really sorry about that. And then I have placed them on a card base in the way that I wanted them, and then I picked them up with some press and seal. Love that stuff, by the way. Now this one, I thought, you know what, we need to add a little bit of texture here. So I'm going to be using the Crafters Essential scoring board, and I'm going to be scoring at every 1/2 inch mark to get a little bit of interest and texture onto our card base. And this, because of the way I've done it, and the card base is 5.5 by 4.25 inches. It wasn't quite looking even, so we're going to trim it down a little bit, and then on the back of this we are going to add a load of foam tape. Yes, our instant dimension foam tape. Hello, lover, I'm back. I want more. So we are going to be popping this tape onto the backing tape of some double-sided tape that I've got. And the reason we're going to do this is to stop the stickiness from sticking to our scissors. So this is a super simple hack, but a bit of a lifesaver, or scissor saver, maybe. Let's maybe not be quite so dramatic as saying it's saving a life, but it is saving a lot of time and hassle when it comes to cleaning up your scissors, because ain't nobody got time for sticky scissors. Okay. So on the back of this, we are going to be putting a load of instant dimension foam tape. We are going to plop this down onto a white card base so we get that really nice frame around the background. And then we're going to add a bunch of liquid glue to the back of our rainbow lilac and our luscious greens. We're going to pick up our press and seal. We're going to plop this down onto our card base. We're going to peel and reveal, and ta-da! Pretty cool, huh? Now you might be thinking, yo, you can still see those numbers. What are you going to do about that, girl? And don't you worry, we are going to take my little box full of enamel dots, and we are going to pick out all the colors. Yes. So I wanted a similar, so I wanted the same color but a different shade for each one of these flowers. So I have used a lot of different ones. Oh yes, I have. So you might be thinking this is a bit crazy. It could have been really, really cool actually with like black middles or something. That could have really made the colors pop. And I might need to try to do that with another card actually, because now I'm looking at it like in my mind and I'm thinking, whoa, that looks great. But I have done it this way with the enamel dots, and I've kind of gone like slightly darker or lighter shade of the same color, or as close as I can get anyway. I have used all the 3 different sizes that comes in these packs because I didn't want everything to be kind of samey. And I think it works. Yeah, I actually think it really, really works. So I'm digging this look. Really am digging this look. And I will show you right now. So this is what this one looks like. And I think it looks really cute. But there's a little bit of a white space there at the bottom right, where I think a sentiment will look fantastic right there. You know where I'm going with this, don't you? Yes. So we are going to be using a sentiment from the Tranquil Greetings, and this one is just kind of perfect. I think this one has got so many great sentiments in it, and I've already stamped this one up, and it says, wishing you a happy birthday with a heart full of gratitude, which I think is really nice. But now, because I've been adding all of these layers and everything, you know, it's just not gonna go on flat there, is it? So I have, surprise, surprise, I have cut out another few pieces. Okay, so I've cut out 3 pieces. Yes, I know. And what we're going to do with these is that we are going to, before we glue them together actually, we are going to kind of gauge. We're going to do this by eye only, and we're just going to chop off some of the pieces here. And then we are going to glue them together. And we're going to add them to the back of our sentiment here that we have also cut out with the coordinating die cut. Gosh, I really loved coordinating die cuts. So great, aren't they? And here you can see, so we have our 3 pieces underneath, which is going to make this nice and stable, and everything is going to be the same layer. And then we're going to just glue this down onto our card, and that is this card done. I am really quite loving how this came out. And this is the card that I made during the live with Lydia. Now, you can see this kind of looks like a frangipani, and I've gone kind of like in an ombre different way. The idea I had was that it's going to be like a flame. So the darkers were going to be at the bottom, and then it was going to be a lighter yellow at the top. But, you know, it kind of, we had to rework that idea. But this worked really, really well. And I have used a bunch of different enamel dots for this one as well. And then we finished it off with Timeless Sentiment number 3 to say grateful. And there you have it. 2 very non-lilac looking cards using the Craft-A-Flower Lilac Layering die set. And with that, I am done. I will see you very soon again. Bye for now.
Hey there, Lydia here. I really do hope that you've just enjoyed the video. If so, please subscribe to the Altenew YouTube channel. Also, turn on the notification bell so you can get your daily dose of crafty techniques and tutorials just like this. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.